Well, at the start of every season, it's a pretty good bet that the Sheridan Generals will be at the top of every preseason poll. A lot of that success can be attributed to the long-standing coaching staff. Gridiron Glory reporter Aaron Laviola took a look at the Culver family in a slightly different atmosphere than fans are used to. Aaron?
You're absolutely right, Greg. Over the last 30 years, Paul Culver Jr. has established an unparalleled tradition of winning at Sheridan. Coach Culver and his sons allowed me to follow them around the high school for a day. And Greg, I found out what it's like to be you at Fan of the Week. This time, it was my turn to eat on the job.
Best feeling in the world. This is the reason why I came home. I've literally learned from a master. It's not an act. Being successful in football is a byproduct of the type of person my dad is and the type of program that he has cultivated over the years.
It's a program built on family. The respected Culver name is building within the Sheridan football program what some have deemed a dynasty.
It is a big thing around here. Every time you hear that name, almost sends a chill down your back.
I don't really think that we consider it a dynasty. That's a word that we don't throw around, but it's something that we understand that we just have an effect on others, and we just take that as a responsibility.
That field's named after my dad because I wouldn't be successful without the things that my dad and my mother taught me, and those are the same things that I try to impart to our kids. So the dynasty thing, I think I don't know if that's the right word, but we're just trying to be successful and do the best job we can do with what we have year in, year out.
That job does not end on the field. The Culvers are also respected teachers in the district.
You left them in your other coat. Where's your other coat?
The pile of atoms with 602 sextillion, or 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd.
He's real fun. He's a good teacher.
Right? It's all just about getting in the idea of celebrating Bowl Day. It's a national event. One of your contributions does not have to be, but can be, food.
They even got me into the action to weigh in on an ongoing debate that's even older than the Culver name.
Greg, you're going to be sorry you missed this.
You know the chemical pie thing, that's been going on for hundreds of years. I prefer real pie.
Even though it's your son's?
Even though it's my son's.
I think it's kind of funny that sometimes we'll say that we've got to be the only school that's discussing physics in the warm-up time.
But the players know to get serious on the field. 30 years with the same coaching staff means players know exactly what is expected of them.
When you come into this program, you know what you're expected to do, and they expect us to win games and play as hard as we can play. They do expect the best from you. They want the best from you. That's what you have to give them.
And that level of rapport means every year isn't starting over. Every year isn't figuring out what do I expect that person to coach. I know exactly what they're going to do, and it's almost like a head start every season that gives us an enormous advantage.
That advantage cannot be denied. The evidence is right there in the record books.
To win, you have to have good players and you have to have good coaches, and I've been very fortunate that I've had both.
It's been a magical season. Not too many times do you have the chance to go 10-0.
Well, I've gone to work for 40 years, and I heard a coach one time said, I didn't go to work, I went to play. My life, in essence, has revolved around the game. And it's been, very good to me and very good to my family, so I'm very proud of that.
One thing all the Culvers joke about is how confusing it can be on the field because of the last name. Best quote of the day came from Coach Culver, the man, talking about his oldest son. His quote was, "First I was Big Paul and he was Little Paul. Then it became Young Paul and Old Paul. Now he has a son, so he's Big Paul and I'm Grandpa." So, Greg, I'm a couple months older than you, so young Greg, back to you.
All right, thanks, Aaron.